You guys are ready?
I'll send you the.
Yeah. Trying to go a little tech here today rather than Hall paper. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the February 2019 Zoning Board of Appeals meeting. My name is Kelly Donovan. I'm the chair of this board. For those of you who have never attended one of our meetings, I'll quickly explain how the meeting is conducted. First, we'll ask the applicant to come to the microphone, state your name and address for the record, and then tell us about your proposed project or request for variance. Floor will then, after that's done, we'll get a chance for anyone present wishing to speak for or against the proposed project or variance. Once everybody's had an opportunity to speak, we will close the public hearing officially and no new testimony can be taken. After public hearings have been held, the board will deliberate and make a decision on each case. The public is welcome to stay through the deliberations, but again, no public input is permitted once we have closed each case. For those applicants who wish not to stay through the deliberations, Planning Department staff will call you tomorrow with the board's decision. Zoning Board of Appeals is a 5-member board. Tonight we have 4 members present, and that constitutes a quorum. I will now call roll. Mr. Cahill. Present. Mr. Landers. Here. Mr. Nixon. Present. Mr. Donovan is present, and I believe we have 4 members at this time, so that is all that we have. First item up, you do it? Yeah. Every year we need to go through the process of selecting and electing officers, chair and vice chair for the committee. So I don't know if anyone is interested in being either of those. I would entertain any suggestions or nominations that you guys may have.
You're a good chair.
I'm not
Correct. Diligence and understanding of what we're actually doing. Right.
Okay. Well, if I'm hearing you correctly, I would be willing to continue as chair of the committee if that's your desire. Is there anyone who would be willing to or interested in being the vice vice chair?
Other than me.
You were last.
I wasn't here last
We
year.
selected you.
Right, I was selected.
Gosh, is it your gun?
Yep.
Well,
It's your turn,
It was mid-year with change.
Who was it before here?
Well, Susan.
Or Susan?
Couple of years. Would either
I would be happy to do it.
Okay. All right, then, having had a couple of nominations, I will now request a vote pertaining Kelly Donovan being nominated or to vote for Kelly for the chair. Please signify with a raised hand. Okay, it's unanimous. And regarding Mr. Cahill for the vice chair, all those in favor of that suggestion, and that's also unanimous. Okay, so we've got the officers. It's left for another year. Thank you very much.
Should have done it too.
No, we can't do that.
Oh, no, we did it last time.
We can't. Okay, next on our list, we've got a couple of months of minutes. So let's start with November. Any comments, changes?
Is it the issue with that one? Isn't it a quorum issue?
At this point, so Palmer is actually resigned, so at that point you should just make a motion.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, we can obviously know that he's not here to consider that.
Right.
Okay. Has everybody had a chance to read through all 3 of them?
Yes.
Any comments on any of them?
No.
Okay. Then I would make a motion to approve the minutes for November, December, and January as written, understanding that one of the members is not available to vote on it, but all those in favor? Anyone opposed or abstaining?
So I'm abstaining from November and voting for December.
Okay, so we have 3 Okay, very short. I guess it's caught up. And a lot of time. First applicant for tonight is Douglas Ritter for 93 through 97 Robinson Street. Area variance to allow 3 144 square foot storage sheds or 1 permitted per lot, and to allow 1 shed with a dimension of 20 and a half by 16 or over 16 is the maximum in any dimension. Parcels to be combined in the Seaboard Neighborhood Commercial District. Well, Mr. Ritter, welcome.
Okay, first of all, that's my son Steve. He's the owner by deed. I'm a de facto owner. What we've done is different from what most people do. I'm getting older. I've got to worry about probate. So we put the property in his name, then we signed a long-term lease, and when I rent them, I sublease them. So that's the status of the ownership. Okay. First of all, I faxed over quite a bit of information you wanted. The first sheet, it has my New York State pesticide business registration and my commercial pesticides applicator. So you have that. Next sheet was for Pennsylvania, same information. The third one, I'm not sure if it came through or not on the fax. Its paper is dark and real bad. It's an old copy showing I've been certified for many, many years, over 30 years. So you wanted proof of that, so I gave that to you.
Thank you for that information.
Pardon?
Thank you for that information.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to show that I'm an expert what I'm talking about.
Good.
There was a question of that. The next set of sheets is the label. Under New York State, or under the federal law, the label is the law. That's what you have to go by. Last sheet I gave you is the first sheet of the United States Supreme Court decision that basically states that the United States Supreme Court ruled that what's on the label had to go, and that's under the United States Constitution, Article 1, Section 8. And they regulate the use of pesticides throughout the whole United States. It's the same, and there can be no change from a state regulation. So, and it's in the undervote here, and there it is. That so the label is the law. That's what you got to go by. Now on this label, the third sheet, right column, to storage and disposal. And it says pesticide storage. You got to keep it out of the reach of children and animals. It's got to be stored in original containers, a cool, dry place, and that's all you have to do. I've seen I have an argument. They say that you have to have fire rating on certain storage. Under the federal law, which regulates all pesticides, we do not. Now there's a question about the safety issue. On the left side, third column from the back, third paragraph from the back, from the bottom, says do not apply more than 0.36 pounds of the concentrate. That's 800 pounds of demand G per year. I did the calculations on this property. I could legally put in over 10 bags per year on the ground. We use it for control of ants, especially carpenter ants. I have been for many years putting in between 7 and 11 pounds per year. I went back to my records. So it goes back at least 8 years. So this chemical has been used. I've had 1 or 2 bags once a year, rip open, it's a small tear, and we may lose 1/4 pound. It's inside. In this case here, the storage sheds will have plywood bottoms. It would go on that, not on the ground. We can easily sweep it up and put it in for use. So you had a question on safety, how much you can use. That's your answer. Okay. On the 5th paragraph from the bottom of that column, it says New York State do not apply within 100 feet of coastal marshes or streams. That is something the New York State wanted in there. What happens when a pesticide is approved? First it goes through over $25 million of testing. Then it goes to EPA. for their review. They approve the labels once it's set. New York State reviews those labels. If they don't like it, they can say you can't use in New York State. This chemical they have said you can use. They made a stipulation that that paragraph be put in there. That's why it's in there. Because New York State can't say that without being on the label. You want the safety data sheet? I applied those to you. So that the whole thing is there. Then there's a letter from the manufacturer because there's a question about dust on the label. The dust is from manufacturing. You don't get dust from use. There's almost no dust in this stuff. I'm not sure because of the way they bag it, because it's vacuum bagged, if there's some dust that comes out, or what the thing is. They didn't tell me that part. But the dust section in there is from manufacturing. And that's the label, that's the letter from Syngenta, the manufacturer, proving that. Now I'm requesting 3 sheds. One of them being 21.5 feet long. The reason for that one being that big is because I got siding I want to put in there. Or not siding, excuse me, roofing. When I order stuff, I order usually more than I need. I keep the extra for in case I need it. I got over 30 buildings. I never know when I'm going to need anything. We had one at 48 Girard. When we bought it, it started leaking around the chimney.
Mr. Ritter, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I'm speaking briefly with our Director of Planning before this began. She requested, and I agree, that for the purposes of the record, are you clarifying that the sole intended use of your accessory structure is to store commercial products that you need for your business?
Yes. Yes. And one of those was 21.5 feet. It's for storage of metal roofing. And as I said, I bought the building at 48 million. It started leaking around the chimney and had a gap there. Since we had the materials, we cut a piece, fit up around that chimney and stop the leaks. I have stored on my side porch around 20-foot roof rafters I want to put in this shed. I never know when I may have a problem with the roof. I've had one building in particular, I've had 2 places I've had to take and brace up the roofing. And that's, I'm talking about 3.5 inch wide, 10 inch rough cut lumber. You cannot just get that at a day's notice. But I had ordered extra for a porch, and I kept it, and I wanted just in case of emergency. Now, you have approved 2 sheds in the past. When I owned 1090 New York Route 11, I had two sheds there. One was extra full. I had pressure treated lumber even where we had to walk. It was dangerous. I did not build a 3rd shed there. I could have built as many sheds as I wanted to, as long as they're 144 square feet. But I was in negotiations with the town. The town bought that property for a park. It has 650 feet river frontage, a third of it's wooded. It has the biggest island in the Susquehanna River in this area. It'd make a beautiful park. And that's why I didn't build a 3rd shed there, or else I would have.
Okay. I'm going to advise the public hearing for the purposes of the people in the audience and our board. The public hearing is now closed. The applicant was asked for some additional information, which I believe he provided to the board. At this point in time, I'm going to ask the board if they have any additional questions for the applicant or if they want to continue with presentation.
Well, I have one more thing I wish to say if I could. I'm allowed to put a storage shed behind 99 Robinson Street. I got parking there. I don't want to do it. There was a question about 97 with boarded up windows supposedly. I'm trying to make my properties better looking. I'm willing to take one of those storage sheds, which I could have at 99, put it at 97, and have no storage sheds at 99. If that makes a difference to you.
The one you have is at 99, right?
I have none at 99 right now. I could put one there, but I have to close off the parking, then push it over to 97. It's going to be a mud hole. It would not look good. And I'm trying to upgrade my property, make it better. So if for the 3rd shed, if you want to see that the one at 99 goes to 97, I cannot have one in 99, I'm agreeable to that.
Is 99 the subject of the present application or no?
No.
Okay. Secondarily, if he were to do that, how would it change the existing application?
It wouldn't change the existing application, that would be up to the applicant to amend if he wanted to change the number that he's seeking instead of 3, perhaps to 2, that's in the hands of the applicant.
Right, but he can have one on 99, one on 97, one on 93, right?
He doesn't have primary structures on 93 or 97.
Okay.
He only has a primary structure on 99, so technically that is the only parcel that would be permitted an accessory structure.
But plus 93 to 97 has been made into one parcel effective this spring. So it's got to be considered one parcel. But there were 3 lots, that would be 3 buildings for 3 lots.
So the shed at 99 would take the place of some parking spaces?
It would.
How many units do you have in 99?
I have 10 apartments, or 6 apartments there, and I have 6 parking places. I'm trying to give you a third option for that 3rd shed to make it easier for you.
So what he's proposing would require a parking variance for 99 Robinson because he would be below the minimum number of parking spaces. He already is, and he would be further in non-conformance.
What's the minimum number?
It's 1.5 spaces per unit.
Got it. So 6 units would be 9.
Mr. Ritter, how many square feet is that building?
I don't know. It's a 6-family. There are 2 bedrooms each apartment, 3 on each floor.
So,
40 by 60, I think, is the dimension, but I may be wrong. I'm not sure.
Mr. Ritter, who is Syngenta?
That's the manufacturer for the pesticide. And I have agreed with the city that if I put 3 sheds in, I'll take it behind the storage place I have on Robin Street, over by the tracks there, in one of those sheds.
Okay.
It'd be safer for the tenants. I don't have to do it legally.
I understand what you're saying. Are you aware of differences between how they recommend handling by manufacturers versus handling of that material by end users?
I use it according to the label.
Okay, but that wasn't my question.
Well, in manufacture, it's a different process than spreading it.
Right.
You're taking usually peanut shells, you inject the chemical in there, it's ground up, it makes a dust, probably part of the grinding process. I have not seen it personally, I don't know.
Okay. Do you know how far the location of the proposed sheds is from the nearest body of water? Within 100 feet? Is it within 100 feet or no?
It's a lot more than that. It's got to be at least 500 or 600 feet from the river. And you don't have to worry about the rivers for the 100 feet. That's on coastal marshes. It doesn't involve the Susquehanna River.
Sharon, I've got a question. Where is the litigation issue at this point?
Litigation is in the same place it was last time, as I think I explained to the board as well as Mr. Ritter. We typically give our criminal defendants who have issues that could be solved with variance the opportunity to come before our board to make the best use of the court's time and attention, i.e. they retain continuing jurisdiction. It's of no moment to the Office of Corporation Counsel whether or not the ZBA grants or denies. We're prepared to proceed in any event, but we do always give our defendants the opportunity to come before the board of jurisdiction and request the relief that will solve the problem. Here. But if the board does not decide tonight, we'll go forward with the litigation.
So if the pesticides were removed to a commercial site where there would be adequate temperature control and no humidity issues, it would resolve the criminal issue, correct?
Yes, so the city's interest is always in compliance, not about getting money from our defendants. I did take a look The property is 1.6 miles from the Susquehanna.
Yeah, I think the obvious solution here is to move the pesticide to someplace else where it can be stored securely, and you're not worrying about bags that are covered with, I mean, who doesn't have a bag of fertilizer in their garage that is glued to the ground floor? I have not seen, everybody has the same thing. So I would be comfortable. You can't tell me there's in some way to store this small amount of pesticide someplace else. Apart from the sheds.
Mr. Ritter, would you be willing to amend your application to just include the construction materials or not, and not the pesticides? Do you still want the board to hear that? I can have them issue 2 rulings if you'd like.
If you want to leave the pesticides where they are, fine. I'm thinking if I move it to a storage shed, it's further away from a residence or further away from a tenant in case of a fire. And I'm trying to think it's still safer, but where they are, as far as I'm concerned, is legal. And I'll leave them there if I don't get the 3 sheds.
Right, but it may be legal, but your statements imply that you're aware that there could be a fire risk to the people there.
But there could be.
I'm not inclined to grant the variance, hearing you say it, just from hearing you say that.
There's a chance of fire. I've never had a fire by the pesticides. We did have a fire last year caused by a tenant in one of the apartments.
Okay.
There was a
So
minor fire at the stove.
I'm going to clarify the application for the board because we're really hearing 2 issues. One is the addition of 3 sheds, which would include toxic materials like pesticides. The other is for 3 sheds, no toxic materials, just construction materials. Is that-
I'm willing to do that.
You want to do both applications? Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but understanding, if I don't move it to the shed, it stays where it is.
Well, Mr. Ritter, we can discuss that later, but that just
Okay.
means we go to trial.
Yeah.
And we let the judge decide,
Yeah.
which is okay.
Okay. No, I'm trying to make it the thing safer for the occupants and people in the neighborhood. If you don't want the pesticides on the property, fine.
Okay.
I won't put them there.
So I'm gonna have them make 2, I'm gonna have them hear 2 applications as if it's the one, and we can start with the pesticides since that has its own seeker, which will differ from the construction material seeker.
Okay, so we can consider that one of the sheds in question would be for the use of, to put the pesticides in.
Okay, so the first application before the board is the applicant has requested a variance relief to allow 3 storage sheds, each being less than 144 square feet where only 1 is permitted. And the storage sheds are meant to include every material, including pesticides, in addition to construction materials. And one of the shed's proposed dimensions is 20.5 feet, where 16 feet is the max. And that's the first application before you.
Okay, so, all right. So question, I know that other members of the committee and myself have concerns directly with the pesticides themselves. Do we need to go through, well, we closed the public